Oh, what up,
There
Dane?
you fucking are. Hey,
How you
buddy.
doing, buddy? Hey,
I'm pretty good.
for a relaxing time,
Yeah.
make it Suntory times.
Wow. Salud.
Salud. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Happy
you guys
Halloween early. A little happy Halloween Eve, right?
Happy early Halloween. Yeah, Halloween Eve.
Yeah.
Halloween. Is that a thing?
It can be.
I think it's a thing. So for those of you who don't know,
All Hallows Eve is a thing.
All Hallows. Oh,
There you go.
Hallows Eve. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I am Santino the Misfit. This is my compatriot,
Dane Alexander, but you can call me the Great for short, though.
Yes, indeed. And you are watching Failure Made Monsters. Our guest this evening is my good friend Pete Carter, aka Ghoulmaster. He will be joining us in a little while, so stick around. But before that,
real quick side note. These contacts in that shot on the main flyer, bro,
fucking dope, right?
They're dope as fuck. And whoever did his makeup sunned that shit.
99.9% chance that he did it himself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he bodied it.
And by that, I mean he definitely did it himself. But we'll have to ask him when he gets here.
Yes.
Yeah, but before we get into it, I think it's time in a new updated fashion.
What?
A new updated fashion.
No,
yes. To cue the motherfucking music.
Represent the lobby, not the people. 4 years in a sequel. The bottom line is the bottom line. They represent the full, not the hungry. The NASDAQ, not the country. The bottom line is the bottom line. They represent the greedy, not the needy and seedy backroom dealings. The bottom line is the bottom line.
Hey, welcome, motherfuckers.
We're so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's all you, man.
Can everybody in the comments right now just agree that we are fucking cool?
I mean, they should. What up, Aria? How you doing, girl? Rolando, what up, man? Cheryl, nice to see you.
Hey, Cheryl.
Wifey, thank you for tuning in from downstairs. Appreciate it. That sounds dirty. I heard you.
I think I heard her. Yeah, heard her tea and crumpets voice.
So, once again, I am Santino the Misfit. This is Dane Alexander, and you are watching Failure Made Monsters. This is a weekly live cast, a live video podcast, whatever the fuck you want to call it, where we like to talk about the current events, all the shit that's going on. We get really political. We talk about literally anything, and then we have a guest on, shift gears, and 99.9% of the time ask them what their signature sex move is. So,
and then we get drunk. I would like to say, apparently, let me start by apologizing for how inebriated I got last episode.
Don't apologize.
Because, I'm talking to Rocky. Rocky's like, yo, how about how fucking wasted you were and like not letting anyone talk? I was like, yeah, that happened. So if you watch that show, just know I hadn't drank in a couple of weeks, and so it hit me pretty quick.
It was fun. Let's just say it was fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's kick this off. Let's start with the shit that's been going on this week. Right? There's been no shortage of shit going on this week. So just for those of you who don't know, like I said before, we're going to catch up on some of the current events and stuff before we get to Mr. Pete Carter, aka Ghoulmaster. So fucking Pence and his whole team, apparently a bunch of them tested for coronavirus positive. That was surprising nobody. So that was interesting. But I heard he continued to campaign after that. So that's
because he's smart.
I don't know what the fuck that's about. What else? What else happened? Borat. First off, did anyone else see Borat? Did you see that shit? It was. Did you watch that, dude?
I haven't seen it yet.
It was great, but he won. He won his first lawsuit already. So
what lawsuit for what?
I didn't see.
Suing him, or he was suing somebody?
Yeah, somebody sued him for the film, which shouldn't surprise anybody. But if you didn't see it, I didn't want to ruin anything. But there's a woman in it. For those of you who haven't seen it,
his daughter or whatever.
Her as well, but there's this one in it who is maybe the only decent person in the entire film other than Sasha and the other actors. And there's a GoFundMe out there right now for her. They were talking about raising because she lost her job because of COVID. She'd been working this place for 32 years. Dude, they have already raised like $150,000 for this woman.
That's fucking.
It's like some 70-year-old sassy black grandma as they cast her, the sassy black grandma that her pastor put her up for the job, and she didn't know she was filming for Borat, and she didn't find out what it was until a year later.
Was she doing it? Wait. Was she a good person, or was she
one of the only decent good people in the entire?
Okay.
A great, a great human being. Okay. Yeah, and then she ended up losing her job because of COVID. So that was awesome. So if anybody saw that, check out the GoFundMe for her because that's pretty fucking amazing. Yeah, and then on speaking of that too, I just saw him on Colbert, Sacha Baron Cohen. Did you see any of that?
I saw a bit of it, but I had to leave. But I did see it. I love Sacha Baron Cohen. I'm not mad at him. I'm really like it. Once I saw him speak as a regular person, like you know what I mean, and the causes, and the causes that he actually really goes to bat for. I was like, damn, this motherfucker's he's good. He's a good. He's
on the level, man. He's on the fucking level. So I'm not giving anything away. This is in the trailer too. He did a fucking thing where he's playing Borat, then playing an American named like Country Steve or some shit. And he goes up on stage at a Trump rally and he's singing this crazy ass song, getting the crowd to like sing back with him. And it was like, the fuck was this? Something about chopping up like reporters like Saudi Arabia and stuff like. It's really fucked up. And you know, these people sing. So check this. So he's telling about in the interview on Colbert, he's talking about it, and fucking he apparently there were people there who were also undercover for the BLM movement because these Trump motherfuckers have been messing with the people from the BLM movement during the protest.
So they're messing with them back.
So they were getting ready to show up, mess with them back, and one of them there recognized Sacha Baron Cohen in disguise and he started talking about it, and it circulated through the crowd fast enough while he was on stage that people started rushing to stage, and Sacha had to bail out in an ambulance with his security guards and shit. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's the first time he shot a movie where he had to wear a bulletproof vest.
Even the fact that like people, I don't even know how people didn't recognize him right off anywhere he fucking went. That's like so I heard about when he was shooting in LA and it was like this, you know, hush hush. I'm like, if he walked outside, I'd know the fuck it is. I'm like Borat. I
Borat, yeah. But like
Borat,
but that's why he even like that's like the opening of the movie is
he does like disguises
and shit. Yeah. It's fucking crazy though, man. Like
thank you, quick. Thank you, Randolph. I just saw that.
Yes. Thank you, Randolph. Yes, Cheryl, Big Swinging Willie Pete. It's one of my new nicknames for Pete Carter.
Wait, really? Is it?
I don't know. I just threw it out there in the middle of the fucking one of my explanations for who was coming on the show. And he's got so many other nicknames. Let's just throw that onto the list for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, it's a good one.
It is.
8 minutes in, dick size has been mentioned. Thanks, John. John, man.
You know what kind of show it is.
Jordan Andrew, Pete Carter will be on in a little while. He'll be in about 10 minutes or so. We're going to bring him in.
I did want to mention real quick that I did just catch wind that Lil Wayne is apparently a Trump supporter. And I just want to salute the top tier coonery from Lil Wayne. We appreciate you for that, sir. Thank you for letting us know who you are up front so that we know not to buy music or support you in any way.
Your friend reported on some coonery happening, didn't they?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Speaking of Trump rallies, fucking up my town, fucking up my city, Hollywood, California, in front of the Chinese theater.
Yeah, let me bring this up.
Apparently, there is a Trump rally that's been going on today. Close enough that I could throw eggs at it from here.
Right in front of the Chinese theater in Hollywood, this shit's going on right now.
Just slaves on the auction block ready.
At least there's not a lot of them because, I mean, obviously, why would there be a lot?
I mean, but somebody should be throwing water balloons or like something. Just fuck with that. Don't let that shit ride.
I don't know, man. Shit is
Hollywood.
Weird. Shit is weird. Oh. It's just it's a weird time to be alive. But not to go totally dark on it and stuff, but like you're instantly reminded. Like, did you hear about all the shit that happened in France this week?
Real quick, P.S. Shout out Keela. She's the one who got that footage. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much for sending that over.
What up, guy? I did not hear what happened in France. What happened in France?
Dude, some crazy. So, like, everyone, I know we're all very alarmist here because a lot of bad shit's happening and, it feels like dark times and this and that. But then you're instantly reminded of, like, the gravity of certain situations when they happen again, right? And in France, like, it was a fucking, like, a terrorist attack. Like a knife attack. Like, multiple people were killed in knives in France. It was on.
They love killing motherfuckers with knives in Europe.
I don't get it. Well, because it's so hard. It's harder to get guns. Here, you know what I mean? You literally trip over guns when you walk outside in the U.S.
Speaking of knife attacks, did you hear about the guy who charged at cops with a knife, and they fucking shot him like 12 fucking times?
I did not.
And he was mentally ill. This was 2 days ago. Mentally ill in front of his mom. She was screaming that he's mentally ill. He's mentally ill. He had a knife.
How are they supposed to know that in a snap decision? I don't know. That's a tough call. I'd have to hear more.
Here's the thing: before you reach for your sidearm, though, You do realize you have a taser. You do realize you have pepper spray. You do realize you have a baton. You do realize, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot of non-lethal like options before you go to 12 shots in chest.
12,
and I'm like,
12 is 12
also,
I will give you is wholly unnecessary.
And also, maybe cops didn't need to be there in the first place.
Cheryl said that happened in Philly.
Was that in Philly? That was in Philly. That was in Philly. Fuck.
Kylo Jen says it is mischief night. Throw those damn eggs.
Yo, bro. See, that's what, and I had half of mine when she hit me up about it. I was like, bro, I can get there in a few minutes. But I'd already set up for the live. I'm like, I should take the camera out and just start throwing shit. throwing pennies and shit. Fuck you,
dude. You know what? We'll just do it live. We'll broadcast from the car.
Bro.
We could. Seriously. We have the technology.
I could have just put the phone anyway. Whatever. You know what?
I fuck with it. Speaking of technology, unrelated to all the news, and I'm gonna stop it with the downer shit. I just gotta say this, yo. I got a new VR headset, and I know this sounds bougie as shit because like I've been wanting one since I was a child. I did. Yeah. I got a VR. I got the Valve Index. I don't know if anybody in the fucking comments or anyone listening to this after the fact has ever played Half-Life Alyx, but I'm still recuperating from the experience. Like, is it my mind has been like thoroughly blown.
Somebody was telling me to get one. Is it worth it? Like, is it?
Dude, I'm mad at myself. Well, all right, hang on. So to me, the technology I didn't think was there yet, right?
Yeah.
And then the Valve Index came out, and I finally upgraded my computer after fucking like 8 years or some shit because I've been editing shit. So it runs off the computer. They make other systems that don't, but Half-Life Alyx specifically, which is made by Valve, who makes the Index. I think you need. I don't know if you can get it on anything else. I'm not sure.
I didn't understand a word you just said. That was
all right. So like the headset, the people who made the headset made the game.
Got it.
But I think it might work on like the HTC or something. I don't know. We're getting technical. But anyway, all I'm saying is this: like the shit that when we were kids, like we wanted.
Yeah.
Right? It's like 85% there.
What do you mean?
When you remember old VR was like you'd hop in this thing and it'd be like polygon shapes and shit, and like a bullet world, and like it'd be like pixels. It was like
it's a world, like you're almost in a world.
Like you can like reach out and grab shit and like here's all right, a small example, right? There's a fucking like a locker door in front of you, and I'm holding a pistol. I can nudge the door barely with the gun. That's how immersive the whole fucking world is. Like my head, I'm the whole time I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? But the weirdest thing, the only reason I bring this up, the weirdest thing about it is like, so I played for like, I don't know, dude, like 3 hours last night or some shit. This entire day, I've been looking at my hands like they're not real. And I looked it up. It's a thing. Apparently, I look at like certain things look fucking fake now. So, it's really bizarre. That's all
I'm gonna ask you for two things.
Shoot.
2 things. 1, can I come over and play it?
Yes.
2, can I bring drugs?
Absolutely. And you never heard from us again. I would die. I can't do it.
Holy shit.
I would absolutely die.
I just, for science, I want to try it.
Yeah, you know what? All right, real quick. On that segue, in the matter of doing drugs, I think it's almost time to bring in P. Carter. But right before we do that, we need to whore ourselves out, Dane. We need to whore ourselves out. And I need to take 30 seconds to run this sponsored ad. And by sponsored ad, I mean we released a new music video and a new song, didn't we, motherfucker? And it's called Bottom Line is the Bottom Line. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to give you guys just a little baby taste of this. If you're all right, if you're cool with it, like if you're all right with it, I'd like to bring it up.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't mind slipping it in.
Real quick, how did you feel about shooting the video? Did you have a good time? Because I feel like there's a little takeaway from the video shoot for you, wasn't there?
Yeah, I like eyeshadow now.
Aha!
That's my new thing. That's my new thing.
Yet you're not wearing any right now.
I haven't gotten any yet, but I really, really want to go to the store. I want to go to like Mac and be like, "Hey, what's up, girl? Hey, can I see the eyeshadow, please?"
You should absolutely.
No, it's for me.
You need to do it.
I'm gonna.
You need to. It's a very satisfying experience. You know what I mean?
Getting it off was fucking bullshit.
You love getting it off, baby.
Get there.
All right, fuck it. Here we go. This is the
Oh.
teaser for our new music video. The bottom line is the bottom line.
3 people have more cash than 165 million people combined in the same country. Those are people who can barely afford to pay for the basic necessities of life, for their kids, for their health, for their food, and for a fucking roof over their head. Wow. I can't lie when I heard that. It blew my fucking mind. All them years struggling to eat ain't telling me I'll be fine.
Hey.
The
Goddamn.
bottom line is the bottom line, motherfuckers.
bottom
Check
line
that
is
shit
the
out
bottom
on YouTube,
fucking line.
FailUreMadeMonsters.com, SantinoTheMisfit.com, wherever the fuck you want to go check it out. Listen to it. It's available streaming on all platforms. And on that note, it is time to bring in the one, the only, the man of many faces, Big Willie Pete himself, Big Swinging Willie Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Carter. What up, motherfucker?
Hi, Pete.
What's up?
How you
I'm
doing,
bald,
man?
everybody, all right?
Newsflash, motherfucker.
I'm older, I'm fatter, and I'm bald.
I love it. I love it. You're aging gracefully.
Thank you.
Right? That's graceful.
Okay, can we get right into it? And I mean that
Shoot.
literally.
Oh,
and
hang on,
figuratively.
Bailey. Thank you for the wonderful, kind words about the song.
Thanks,
It's a beautiful
Bailey.
piece of music video, and we agree. Also, we love you.
We
All right, sorry,
appreciate
Pete.
it, Bailey.
Yes.
Okay.
Dane's got a question for you.
All right. So we were discussing something off air, and I need some clarification on it. So I said that one of my favorite, like, I guess, sex toys that I've ever seen was a rainbow colored butt plug, and it had like a tail on it, right? And I was like, "That's fucking cool."
And yes, this is
creative.
actually what we were
And
talking about.
he then tells me that there's a lifestyle associated. Please elaborate on the lifestyle associated with the tail butt plug. If you
I
don't
don't know much detail. I don't know many details on it, but I know people are into that. I know some people watching right now are probably into it.
dress as horses.
Pete, you like how we eased into this conversation?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that was
We gotta
No room,
clear that
motherfucker.
up. Great.
Welcome to Failure Made Monsters.
What couth? What couth? None. None.
Fucking couth. So real quick, for those of you who don't know who Pete Carter is, and I'm assuming there's not too many of you in here, but for those of you who don't know, I wanted to give everyone a little taste. So I've known Pete for a long time. I've known him since like a little after high school, right?
Yes.
Shit. So it's been
Damn.
maybe like 10 plus years or something.
Yeah.
And he, for a long period of this time, was doing a show which started as a character at Six Flags Great Adventure, right, in New Jersey,
Jackson, New Jersey.
called the Ghoulmaster. Now, this thing spiraled out of control and turned into a complete fucking crazy ass thing, a full show, full production at Six Flags. It had its own play here in Hollywood and Los Angeles, California, which was amazing. And I had the good fortune of working on some of this with you. We'll talk about that in a second. But for those of you who don't know, I wanted to give you a quick teaser beyond everything else this dude does of what the Ghoulmaster looks like. So let's bring that shit up right now. YouTube and this shit. Technology.
Technology.
So this is
That
you. This was at Six Flags.
This is footage from all. I did Ghoulmaster for about 10 years. So this is footage from the whole Ghoulmaster era of my life.
Whoa. I mean, this is just
Fucking nuts, man. And you always had
work going into this.
baller ass crowds, a crazy evolving show every season, which was during Fright Fest for October for Halloween, which is why you were the perfect guest for today, obviously.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. But it was awesome. It was quite a spectacle. And even just arriving to the stage was a thing, as you say.
It's crazy for me to watch some of this footage now, like especially to see myself dancing like in some of these shots. I'm just
right.
like,
Remember when you used to like go out and do things in the world?
yeah, it does not feel like me at all.
I feel like you started quarantining before everyone else did, though, right?
Absolutely. I was going to say this was the easiest transition in the world for me, like when the whole world shut down and everybody had to stay in their house. I'm just like, perfect.
Cool.
Perfect. Sweet. You can just keep working on your cult.
Who's
Yeah,
doing the choreography for all of this? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Some of it was my choreography. Some of it was us copying off Michael Jackson. Some of it was some of my friends that came in, like
That's great.
Seth Stewart and like Sam Centrella. And like, so it was a whole combination. Everything I do, I try to bring my friends in as much as I can and
Real
not use them, but
use them. But yeah.
That's funny, man. I can attest this. I've been used and abused so many times by Mr. Pete Carter. I had the good fortune of even as early as actually Scarlett Carson actually did the original theme song for Ghoulmaster, my old band.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, and then I did
Worlds collide.
Solo. We did original songs, we did covers.
And I was just thinking back to our first meeting, like when I first met you with the band and like described what I wanted to do. And Scarlett Carson's like, you know, hard rock music. And I came in and I'm like, I played a Janet Jackson song for them as an example of like where I want to go with this.
Nice.
And, you know, it was like a hard Janet song, but they were still just, like all looking at each other and like kind of laughing and stuff. And then the next year, I'm like, I want to do a Britney song.
Which Janet song was it? Was it King of the Night?
Queen of the Night?
No, that's
Black Cat.
No, it's called Trust to Try. I don't know if you know that one. It's not a popular Janet song at all, but it has an amazing like guitar bass.
Was it that little ass rehearsal studio next to the health food store in Tom's River?
Yep. That little next to the
used to be Entro Lab.
Yep. Next
to wait.
costumes.
So then did your band play it at his thing?
So all right, so we wrote an original song for him called Ghoulmaster, which is available on iTunes. But we wrote it under Scarlett Carson, and it became. I mean, dude, I had people coming up to me for a long time, be like Ghoulmaster, you know, coming up doing the whole thing. But we tried to make it like like theatrical. And we did that, and then after that, I ended up doing a bunch of shit with Pete individually. So we did what was it, Circus by Britney Spears. We did a rendition of Queen of the Night as King of the Night. Then we did originals like Horror Revolution, and then we did a bunch of stuff for the Halloween.
And then Ghoul King for the LA show.
Yeah, we did a few tracks for that, which was fun.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I gotta ask you, what the fuck happened with that? Because that was, and I'm not just saying this because we're friends. Like that shit was amazing. That show was way too good to not continue.
Yeah. So. I mean, one of the main reasons I came on tonight to do this is because for years, everybody's asking me, where's Ghoulmaster? Why is he not coming back? Why are you not doing this character anymore? And everybody has their own speculations, whether it has to do with Six Flags, whether it has to do with what happened in LA, whether it has to do with, you know, so ultimately I do everything in my life based on just like the vibes, the feeling of everything. If it feels right for me, I'm going to do it. But once it starts feeling wrong and uncomfortable, I'm done and I'm out. And I would say,
hang on real quick. So why are you still friends with me?
Because your vibe is bullshit, bro.
Bullshit.
Just for this exposure right here, and then we're done.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, that was my entire life, and I loved it, and I loved the fans, and I loved the whole Six Flags experience was perfection in my mind. Like I can't complain about anything there. It was the best employment I've ever had, if I could even call it that. It was just like everything was going good. And then in LA, I started to like lose a connection with the character. I started to question a lot of things about it. I started having like little negative stories get back to me about someone did this in school and they're blaming it because they like Ghoulmaster, or someone, you know, did this. And at that point in my life, I was not ready. I'm still not ready to be a role model to, you know, to kids, to families, to when I went out in LA.
Dude, real quick, sorry, I just want to touch on that. Do you think because I know the people you like, and you and I share a lot of similar artists that we enjoy. Do you think it's an artist's role, especially a more, I don't want to say like avant-garde or out there, you know, unique artist of whatever medium? Do you think it's their like duty to be a role model or to just be an artist?
I don't think it's their duty, but I also can't be blind and say like this has no influence on you. Know that this music has no. I used to be so like around when the Columbine shootings happened and stuff, and they blame it on Manson. And that was just the face that they needed to put on the news, so people like had someone to blame and be angry
or
about.
Eminem.
Those kids weren't even fans of Manson. It turns out.
Eminem. I forgot.
So I don't think it's a duty or a responsibility, but it definitely does have an effect on people. And, you know, violent video games. That has an effect on people,
Yeah.
but maybe it's stopping a lot of people from doing the actual thing. Maybe
Yeah.
they take it all out on that. So
Yeah.
who knows? You know.
But so like, are you saying like, was that big of a factor in why you retired the character? And by retired, I mean murdered, like literally murdered Ghoulmaster.
Is that what happened?
No.
I
don't know. So he literally, well, I mean, which by the way, I've been meaning to ask you of like the paradox of killing a dead guy. Yeah. How did you? All right, two questions, 2-part question. One, why, and two, how?
We're gonna need more than an hour,
right?
We can go over time. That's fine.
So what was the 2-part question?
No, like why? So why did you decide to literally kill the character? Because that, I mean, obviously, in a more imaginative venture like Ghoulmaster was, killing somebody is like killing somebody in a comic book. You can always resurrect them and then make it grandiose. But like it still obviously was meant to be more of a finite thing. But then I mean, not to call you out on it, but I still see you doing so much. And interacting with Ghoulmaster fans and doing things after the fact that's Ghoulmaster related. Yeah. So it's like, while the character died,
You'll kind of always be
the work of doing things for Ghoulmaster didn't stop.
And like you just said on, I was just watching John Poveromo's interview.
No, it's John Poveromo.
That these people that became fans of the show are, a lot of them to this day, some of the most loyal like supporters and fans and followers, and I'm so thankful for that. And
like Cheryl, who's in the chat right now.
Yes, there are a bunch of people in the chat right now that
hey,
Cheryl's having like a watching party.
Julia, Holly, hey Holly,
hey Holly. But yeah, so why death? Wwhy kill?
So
why feel finite?
Why kill?
Yeah. Okay. So after I did the LA show, it was in the middle of like, it was a little bit before the LA show premiered that I started like losing this connection and losing this feeling for that. And it was actually like through that whole month of doing the shows in LA, it was like a kind of a struggle for me to even like, I wasn't feeling great about it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it was like right after that show ended, I think like David Bowie dies. And that's who I, that whole year, had been like following and just basing a lot of things off of. And I tried to think in my mind, okay, how could I change Ghoulmaster to make it something that I'm totally comfortable with again? I'm totally like, and everything I tried to do, it was not what it was. People have an image in their mind when a character like that becomes popular, and they want it to stay that way for like.
Now that I can relate to, because that happened with Scarlett Carson.
Yeah.
Early days, we did that dirty stripper rock stuff, talking about fucking girls and drinking and the whole thing. And don't get me wrong, it was fun, but like we wanted to, and my bandmates, especially my guitar player, that's like he eats, shits, and breathes that kind of music. I wasn't even into like 80s metal and all that. And they wanted to keep doing it. And I'm like, I'd rather start singing about some more adult shit. You know what I mean? And then like, so we started to do a bit more, but people kept, we had to keep playing those songs. Like at every fucking show, and like halfway through, I'm like, I don't want to sing this. And dude, when we did a reunion show, and not to completely go on a tangent, but we did a reunion show like a year or so ago, and I'm up on stage now. I'm like in my 30s. I'm married. I like got my shit together. Like life is pretty solid, and I want to talk about like politics and life and science and philosophy and whatever the fuck stuff I always want to talk about then. But it was a little easier being a single mingling drinking motherfucker in a rock band.
You just say mingling?
You heard me, bitch.
Mingles.
Shut up. I'm a rambling man. But like, singing about that shit, I felt so fucking awkward. I'm on stage singing about like daddy's little girl and shit. I'm like, this isn't cool now, and it's just
well,
not.
When I started doing Ghoulmaster, I started wearing corsets and leather and straps and buckles. That was not my lifestyle at all. I love that.
Really?
Fashion, that was not. And people would see that and get a full idea that he's going to take me home and tie me up.
Even just watching the little bit of footage that I saw, I was like, that must be his thing. Like that's him. That's like,
he obviously wears rainbow. Rainbow colored furry butt plugs.
But you don't realize that people get that little snapshot that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Whether you live that way all the time, 24/7 or not, to them you do.
Exactly.
1,000%.
And I always think that's weird that like when an artist makes a song about something, like that's held against them and that's held as their lifestyle. But when an actor makes a movie, they could be like
It's a
whatever
character.
the fuck they
Yeah.
want.
No, all right, so, not the tangent, but I was saying.
Hold on a second. I gotta plug in my laptop because it's gonna die.
Yeah, do it.
Because Santino's gonna keep going on tangents.
Absolutely, I'm just gonna tangent anyway. So this is perfect time. So like when I did the movie, I kept saying during it, I was like, this is the best gig ever, right? To be able to just like you work with this big group of people to build towards this thing. It takes like maybe a year, 2, 3 years, however long. It's this big. I mean, the production itself is only maybe like a few weeks or a month or whatever, depending on the film. But you can like then move on from that. You can move on with other people and you can do another thing completely unrelated. You can still be known as the guy who did that, but you can then like literally just venture into a whole new world, new ecosystem. And the best part, not to completely shit on my bandmates, because I do love most of them, not all of them.
Wow.
I have no problem fucking saying that.
Okay,
And,
all right. Easy.
public.
Calm down, Jamal. Don't get the 9.
Motherfucker. But like you can like change who you're working with, you can change where you're working, like you can just literally still do the job that you love to do, direct, make, whatever, act, whatever it be, but like in a whole new environment. And that's the best thing, because like you don't have to play the same fucking song at the same clubs with the same people every fucking night. It's like
you know what I relate it to so much in my head is one of my idols and inspirations.
Visual aid
with him as a character.
Yes, I knew it.
Love, yeah.
So
Pee Worm is a shit.
I fell in love with him as a character of Pee Wee, to the point that when I would see him do interviews with Paul Rubens, I was like, and then I started to feel that whole thing of like, oh my God, I have to be this character for the rest of my life, or there's a whole group of people that are not going to be happy with me. So when I started to think I want to direct music videos, I want to do something like this.
Yeah.
A lot of people would like try to make me feel bad about it. Try to like, I don't know. They want to keep you in that character. And once I'm uncomfortable with something, I am out.
Hey man, you gotta live your life. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't just do this because of you. Like, and I will say this. It was when I say to that same end, Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
He was that type of person where he's like, yo, if I ever have to do that voice, or I'll never put that outfit on, because that's who you are. He never did anything after that. He never, because he got so typecast into that position, when it's like, if you let people do it, they will put you in that box, and they'll keep you there. That's why they're always like,
they'll Christopher Reeves you.
One of the worst questions I hate, like, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it's when you say I create some kind of art, or I make music. What kind? It's like, okay, all right, bro. Whatever fucking kind I feel like making at the time. What do you want from me? What I don't really.
So I'm and me of all people, I obviously get that, because I can't pick a fucking genre apparently.
Same.
Or a stage name until recently.
Same.
But like I get that, because I mean, so from like a marketing standpoint purely, right? Like I get that, because when you're trying to target somebody or whatever, it becomes one of those things where you're like, all right, what this motherfucker? I'm like, what the hell is he putting in?
I'm like, what is he smoking?
Right?
Hey, pass that shit, motherfucker.
By the way, I have my mail-in ballot right here.
Hell yeah.
Boy. Attaboy.
I'm with you.
Vote blue the whole way down.
I'm with you, Pete.
Constitutional constitutional amendment to legalize marijuana.
They better do that shit.
Build that in right now.
I gotta hit. Speaking of I'm gonna hit the comments real quick. John Povo says, "What's amazing is how many people have probably chosen to live their life based on how they think Pete lives his." That's a really good fucking point.
Yes, it is, and that's another one of the things that I was uncomfortable with.
Julia says, "We'll love you no matter what." That's so fucking sweet. Thanks, Julia.
And I gotta say, I do have so many people that, no matter what I did, no matter how weird I got, no matter if I was painting pictures with my penis, no matter if I was,
did you do that? Wait. Do not just
wait. Okay, I'm going to talk about that, but let me just finish that sentence. So many people stuck by me through everything, and to this day support me and make me feel good about everything I'm still doing. So yeah.
which is awesome. And yes, he
Yes.
he painted pictures with his penis as the paintbrush, using his pubes as a texture.
No.
Yes,
Really?
and he sold them.
Is there
And people
And I
also,
sold them, yes, in Hollywood.
is there BTS of this? Is there footage
there is.
There
that
is.
exists? That
There is.
But my first,
sir, I salute you.
He's nodding his head yes. That means yes, sir.
Yeah.
my first penis painting was of Trump. And
Wow. True.
yeah.
Did it
Donald
look like
Trump
him? Did it look like him, or did it look like Squiggles? Come on.
No,
Who has
it
that
was,
kind
like,
of
it was
control?
a very angry, sloppy.
Yeah.
And-
That's one of those times where you know no matter what happens,
Pete, you're my new favorite human being. I want you to know that.
the painting's going to be a bigger dick than you.
Wait,
Real quick, Bailey says, "Shit, Santino's got feelings." Yes, Bailey, I sure do.
what if Rhonda says she believes we all have those what shirts? Penis shirts.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there were shirts,
Also,
there were
Randolph
shirts.
called you out, Dane. Your drink's looking a little empty, but apparently you just refilled, so he caught you.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
It's all right.
You know, there most of my friends like accepted that whole thing and like were fine with it, but some people that try to make me feel bad about they're like, do you know, like people are going to talk about that like at your funeral when you die and stuff. I'm like,
Awesome.
exactly.
Awesome.
Thank God.
Let them talk.
You
want to bury me face down so they can kiss my ass while they do it? Because you can.
Absolutely. I like that. I like that. Yo, let me ask you something. The people who said that to you, what are people going to be talking about at their funerals?
Ha!
Exactly.
Woo.
Fucking
That was
nothing.
that had layers. That was a fucking onion.
That was
That was
deep.
an
Shit.
onion.
You know what? I want to tell anybody that's new to the show, when I start doing shit like this, I'm getting drunk. Whenever I grab the mic stand for no reason, getting drunk.
It's true. Sometimes,
Just
well, I mean,
FYI.
you're a performer, man. You got to grab the mic stand. I try not to because my shit keeps falling. It fell
Yeah.
last week, like right in the middle of this show.
So wait. Now this jacket though, because I love this fucking jacket. This is your sitting around the house jacket, or is this like you put this on for the show? Because I gotta.
Yeah, this is just lounging around.
Yeah, I just chilling. This is my
No, I'm
smoking
usually
jacket.
in pajamas all day.
Okay.
So yeah, I throw on this heavy, uncomfortable jacket for this show.
We appreciate
I
that.
like that. Yeah, sometimes you need to sweat your balls off in the middle of a live.
Yes.
I'm super fucking guilty of that. I've made the mistake of wearing a couple of like non-breathable robes in the middle of the show.
Robes, yes.
They are
And
comfortable
pearls.
normally.
They seem it.
Not my ass is sticking to the chair and shit. It's fun stuff,
I
details.
like the extra
Absolutely.
information is what I
So,
love.
so by the way, for everybody watching live right now, if you want to, if you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, you can post a comment to the chat section here, and we will take a look. And if you have any questions for Mr. Pete Carter here, because I see a few rolling in, and I wanted to ask this one from April Lynn. How do you feel, Pete, about people who have Ghoulmaster tattoos, and do you have?
Whoa. Yeah.
And
a
Dan
good
and I
one.
can talk about this a bit too.
Yeah.
So, let me just quickly explain the beginning of Ghoulmaster, because I was just doing a character out on the street in Six Flags Fright Fest.
By the blood fountain.
Yes, by the fountain, by the Houdini ride. It was gaining a bunch of attention. Crowds would come around, and then they gave me a little platform. I did my little thing out by the fountain. Then they gave me a theater, and they said, "Do what you want here." And for 5 years, I had full cast and stage hands, and everybody helped out with that show. And if anyone is watching that worked at Six Flags with me and helped out with that, I thank you so much, because that means like the world to me.
That's so fucking cool.
Dude, it was really good.
Like,
my
just
biggest-
that progression is so fucking cool.
I have to say that my biggest criticism, and it killed me, because Six Flags wouldn't do you one fucking solid and upgrade the sound in the theater. It killed me. It killed me, damn it.
That was the one my one complaint. Yeah, but
Wouldn't do it. I don't know why. It was just, the show was so good.
I know.
Guy said he did. Guy, you worked on that show?
Tattoo.
Yes, Guy worked backstage on that
Yeah.
show and was
What's up,
a
Guy?
huge part of it.
Thank you, guys.
But I was going to say, when I first started doing that, I didn't have a name in my head for this character. It was basically me mixing together all my inspirations, me mixing together Edward Scissorhands, Michael Jackson,
cool.
Marilyn Manson, Prince, RuPaul.
So all the best characters ever.
Yes.
Where did
yes.
the tongue come from, though? Which character did that, or was that you?
We're going to save that for your sexual question.
Go on. He already
I
knows
love
what's
it
coming.
that he knows.
He
I love
did
it
his
that he
research.
knows. Yeah, he did. It's coming.
did.
Oh, you motherfucker. Love it.
So I was one of the first ghouls at Six Flags to make a MySpace and to make a character MySpace. And I had no idea what to call myself, but I was at the front of the parade, so I wrote Ghoulmaster.
Just picked it out of a hat like that?
It was just the most simple explanation of what I was at that point. So
Man, I love it when that shit when it like it's that easy. I
It
wish
just works. Yeah.
it's never that easy for me. I gotta write shit down. I gotta get different options. I gotta tell
it
other
taught me that like when you're trying to do something to try to make as many people like it and as many that's when it's not going to work. It's when you're just like letting these natural feelings come in and go out to the world. That's when it's going to work. So all of a sudden people are yelling Ghoulmaster in the park and I'm like, oh, now people know the name. And I had no ultimate plan with it. I just kept putting layer on top of layer on top of layer and building it until people are getting tattoos. And let me answer that question. I think like maybe 8 or 9 people have Ghoulmaster tattoos now.
Nice.
And a couple of them are full portraits of Ghoulmaster's face. And that to me is like the ultimate. I mean, I'm going in the coffin with them, you know?
I mean, to be fair, though, your only, and I don't know how many people know this, your only tattoo, right, is an actual autograph from Michael Jackson, who personally signed your back. And then you went straight to the tattoo parlor to get a tattoo.
Is that a true story? Can you show me that?
He has.
I don't mean whatever. You don't have to show me. Or a picture?
Okay, so 2 months before Michael Jackson died.
Shut the fuck up.
This is April 2009.
No, a quick setup there is because you're a professional Michael Jackson impersonator.
Yeah.
And an incredibly fucking good one, I might add.
Thank you. So that's something I've been doing for over 20 years is the whole Michael Jackson thing. But this is April 2009. Michael's rehearsing for This Is It at the Staples Center.
Right.
He's about to go to London and do his comeback shows, and he's doing these secret rehearsals. I found out about it. I go there. His SUVs are coming out from the underground garage, and I slip a piece of paper into the back window saying, Michael, will you sign my back for a tattoo? It's the only tattoo I'd ever get. Here's my information. I'm going to be in LA for the next week. Please, make this happen.
Way.
So I had just gotten to LA, and I planned on being there for a week and like trying every day to do this. And right away, he tells security guards to set up this meeting. We go to his doctor's office.
No fucking way.
And I walk in and I go to hand him a Sharpie. At this point, I had met him a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, I had met him a few times, but I looked very different every time.
Did you know who you were? Did he remember meeting you more than once?
I don't know because like every time I met him, it was such a different situation, and it was
when we see somebody again, like, oh hey, yeah,
right,
yeah. So right when I walked in, I go to hand him a Sharpie, and he goes, "Oh no, I already have one," and then. It was so weird because at that point I felt so comfortable around him that I started telling him what to do. I showed him a diagram of how big I want him to sign my back. And he was like taking directions and taking orders from me. And I did it. And then my friend took the picture. And then, this story could be an hour long because I talked to him after he left. But what was the question? I don't even know what I'm talking about. So he signed my back. I got tattooed on.
No, we were just talking about
what the fuck are you smoking, bro?
People who had Ghoulmaster, like their full face,
their tattoos
on there, and I was like, well, you know about that because you've been on the other side of the same equation,
right.
Which is kind of a trip, right? Now, how many people can say that they have their only tattoo is from like a persona,
legend,
right? A legend, but like somebody, like a celebrity or whatever. And in your mind, I mean, in your fans' minds, like they have you and you're that person to that. Like, it's kind of a trip. And I can't say you're probably in a very, very small group of people who are in that, category.
I'm in that category.
It's kind of wild. Now, Dave, But you, all right? So hang on. I mean, you and I both have. So I got a bunch of people with fucking Scarlet and Santino tattoos and shit. Obviously, on this show,
humble brag.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this, Pete, but Peyton Sinclair.
Shout out Peyton Sinclair. Hey, Peyton.
And she's an adult film actress.
Yeah.
I've known for many, many years. She actually got Dane the Great tattoo just under her titty, and we premiered it and surprised Dane on air on this show. So go back to the old episodes and watch that shit because it is hilarious.
Oh my god!
Still trips me out.
That was awesome. There's a lot of questions in the feed here.
Yeah,
but there's one. I'm gonna skip a couple of them and save it for a little later because it was an obvious one, so we know what that's gonna be. But somebody asked. So Aiden Gerard wants to know what's the most extreme thing anyone ever said or did while you were Ghoulmaster.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So, when I am Ghoulmaster, when I am Michael Jackson, when I am any other character, people feel very comfortable to say whatever, anything and everything.
Yeah.
Especially if it's at a nightclub and they're drunk and they're whispering in my ear, especially if it's at a theme park and they know they'll probably never see me again, especially if it's so. It was wild being like this
in character.
Yeah, and they probably wouldn't say these things to any other human. It's like walking up to a fake pet. I don't know. It was so many people said crazy things to me and handing me little notes and slipping them in my pocket and just that whole experience. Both Ghoulmaster and Michael gave me this like imaginary rock star little peek into like what that world is of like of fame, I guess.
Yeah.
People are interesting.
How long did it take to clean that house?
But to answer that question, I can't think of one specific weird thing, but people have shown up at my house. People have.
Oh, wait, what?
Yes, and yeah.
That's fucked up.
People, that's what I'm saying. People get it.
Don't come to my house, people. Don't come to my house.
People get
you will get
real personal. Get some unsolicited photos, stuff like that, which we have an entire episode on as well.
Yo, we do.
Dick pics on Kodak.
Dick pics. Santino loves dick pics.
Oh yeah, man, just a huge fan. So Cheryl wants to know how long did it take to clean the house after the Spooky Lake video?
What is what is the Spooky Leg video? Can somebody clue me in?
Pete, is that the one I'm in? Is that the same one at your house here in LA?
Yes.
I showed up with Amanda.
John was talking about.
Yes.
That was for a birthday party of mine, and I invited everybody over and told them we're just going to film a music video for the night. And we quickly made this trap song about Halloween, and just made our whole house into like a Halloween haunted music video, and it was one of the funnest nights of my life. And
where can we find that video? Can I see that video? Like, can we see that video?
Is it on YouTube?
It might be. I don't know.
Please, yes, please. Everything in me needs to see this video. Please find it, please.
It is. I will show you a clip of this video.
Please pull it up.
Here we go.
And I had so many people at the house.
That's your house?
Yeah, just packing every.
You still know those girls?
Yeah.
That's so fucking dope.
Oh, here. I gotta skip ahead.
Okay.
Recognize this motherfucker?
Things like this shouldn't ever.
John from last week.
Is that John?
Yeah.
You know,
look at his face. Look at his fucking face.
Before he died.
Yo, you beat the shit out of your face when you do your makeup, bro. Good on you.
And shout to fucking Chuck. Shout to motherfucking Chuck. He
will never hear this though, because he has left the internet completely.
Really?
And he loves it.
Abstain.
He's out in nature, and he deleted his shit, and he feels great.
That sounds terrible. Oh, John's still here. John caught that, and he said, "How's that agent from the Spooky Lake video making out during COVID?" That's fucking funny, man. That was a fun time, man. We had a good time with that shoot.
Yeah,
that's the second music video I've shot in your house when you lived out here too, because we did the that Crash the Night video out there too.
Oh yeah.
We should shoot a music video at your house, Santino.
We need to.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. If we shot a music video at your house, Latino, would you be Pete? Would you be in it?
Yes. Wait, are you in?
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to be Ghoulmaster.
Yeah.
You don't have to be Ghoulmaster, but you could.
Yeah.
You could be in it.
We got to get Pete in a fucking video. I actually
that
hit you
be
up,
dope?
I hit you up during all this. I wanted to do that. I want to do like a Michael Jackson.
It's just an idea. I'm just throwing shit out there. You know what I mean? Just put it. I'm an idea guy. Whatever.
The funny thing is, that's why Santino did the music for my show, is because I was a dancer, I was a makeup artist, I was a performer, but making music and singing was like never my thing. When I do Michael Jackson, I lip sync. When I Santino would come in and do the vocals and do this amazing song, and I would lip sync every night.
I was essentially the voice of unofficial voice of Ghoulmaster when he would sing.
Yeah,
that's dope. No, but that's cool.
So like a lot of it, and I gotta say too, the first time I went to Six Flags and watched the show, and I'm like watching, because I've been performing since I was 13, right? And I've had a lot of interesting experiences making music.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been performing since you were fucking 13 years old?
My first show was the Stone Pony in Asbury Park, right after my 13th birthday.
Look at you go!
And I never stopped. I take that back. I took 1 year off, which I call my normal phase. When I started wearing shit,
normal phase.
And shit, I
started wearing khakis, and fucking Argyle sweaters.
Over
Fuck
shirt.
you. Don't ever be that again.
So I lost a shit ton of weight, and I was like, "Yo, I need to get laid.
Yeah,
I need to get rid of this V card now."
I'm gonna start wearing makeup, and it's gonna work.
Then I said, "Fuck all this." I started piercing shit and putting makeup back on. Got tattoos, and I was like, "Yeah."
I went through a huge piercing phase.
But so fucking dude, I went there and I'm sitting in like the front row of the Six Flags of the observatory, where I was at the Hypnotist Observatory, what the fuck it was called, something. And I watched him out, and I knew I did a song for it, and I had seen the show in the past or seen stuff he'd done, and I know he lip syncs. But for some reason, it just never dawned on me that Pete was going to be pretending that my voice was coming out of his body. So like jarring.
Like, wait, that's me. That's not him. Fuck you. It's not
I'm
you.
looking around like these motherfuckers have no idea. That's me singing. That's me, guys. It was a trip, man.
I'm the guy.
Yeah.
And like doing Michael around the world for years, people would come up to me afterwards and say like, "Oh my god, you sound just like him, you sound great." I'm like,
thank you. And thank you, Heather, for the kind words. I appreciate that. She said that I
still have
Ghoulmaster.
You still have Elton John's glass. You have Elton John's fucking glasses? What the fuck? Who are you, bro? Like, fuck did you
I don't have Elton John's glasses. That's a joke from the video. But
okay, all right.
I also shook the hand. Besides Michael Jackson, meeting him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I also shook the hand of Prince.
Fuck
That's
you. No, you didn't.
That's pretty dope. And you have a photograph of Marilyn Manson.
Wait. Can I just spend a little bit longer on this? Because that's like my fucking idol. And
yeah.
Really? Did you like you say anything? Did you see his aura?
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because like he does really. Like I've seen him. I saw him live once in my life, and I swear to fucking God, you can see Prince's fucking aura when you see him in person. It's like something around him. I don't know. I'm not whatever.
No, Prince and Michael Jackson are the only two humans that I have been around.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a mental thing where it's just like, that they're the most powerful entertainers in the world.
It better be, motherfucker, because you've hung out with me a lot.
And Santino also.
Wow.
You mean the three people? Dane.
Yes,
three
me.
people.
Yeah. 3 people. Three
people.
You're included in that list. Got it.
No, come on. Dane. 3 people.
3
Nothing?
people. Wait.
He's been drinking. This motherfucker. It's from the music video. Come on.
Share like all of the I got it. It's in my fucking head. I know what you were referencing.
Shit. All right, I gotta ask, Pete. We're coming up on the top of the hour here.
Oh wait, the night Prince was getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is when I met him, and I asked for a picture with him, and he said, "I'd rather not."
Wow.
Or no, like this. Like
did that aura fade right away?
I'd rather not.
Wow. And it's such a him. You know that's what he's gonna say. It's like, yeah, he said that. That's
I was happy he said that. But then he put his hand out and shook my hand, and I was like, "Whoa!" I did not expect that.
If he would, okay, I feel like it would have ruined something about even the mystique if he'd have been like, yeah, let's do this. Like, no,
Yes, because
not you.
honestly,
I don't know.
You can Google right now. There are no pictures of Prince with a fan standing.
Really?
None.
Wow.
There, you won't find it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I did not know that. Fun fact.
Real quick, by the way, Pete. Are you cool with going past the hour?
Yeah, because we have a very serious question to ask you, Pete.
We're super loose on the time here, like a whore in Thailand, man. We're loose with it.
But
Are we already at an hour?
This is perhaps perhaps the pinnacle of this whole time.
No. We save that, Dane. We save it because there is one more. I want to get to this other fan question here because there was about three or four times it just.
I'll put it in my hip pocket, but
no, we know where we're going. That has to be asked. But
Right.
actually, you know what, Dane? Fuck it.
Can I live my life? Can I live my fucking life?
I'll save the other question for the end of the show. Y'all motherfuckers watching know what I'm going to ask Pete, the question y'all want to know. But until then, you need to know the answer to this one.
All right, Pete. If you had,
motherfucker. Yo, Dan, look at the screen. Dan, look at the screen. He just pulled out a fucking like a blunt.
If you had a signature move, like that move that you go to when you're like, yo, this is taking too fucking long. We've been smashing for hours, and I need to wrap this shit up. I need you to bust right now, right? What would you say that move is? And what does it entail?
You're assuming I've had sex
ever in your life? If you were to ever look at the
it is an assumption.
It is an assumption. But everybody, even if it was with your hand, though, I mean,
okay, yeah,
oh wow, that is a freakishly long fucking tongue, sir. Is there a name for that?
So that's what gets the job.
Yeah, that'll do it. Man, you are blessed, sir. You are fucking blessed.
You say that, but do you know how to use it?
A gift and a curse.
No, it just hangs there like dead.
Dead fish. No, but okay.
But eating soup is a bitch.
So then, what do we call that?
What's the name of that move?
Fucking. Santino, you got anything? Come on, give it. You're good for this. Liquor in the front, poker in the rear. I don't know.
No. Drool
split.
The what?
The Drool Master?
No, I don't hate it.
I hate it.
Nah,
I hate it. Anybody?
The first thing, if it were dick related, I was gonna say the Ghoul smash her.
Okay, that would have been something, but this has to be tongue related.
I know, tongue related.
Well, like
so when I worked at Six Flags all night, when the Spanish families would come, all I would hear was la lengua, la lengua.
Ooh, can that be it? Can that be it? Can that be it? Can that be it?
Yeah.
La lengua
fuera. Come on.
La lengua master.
It's la lengua. La lengua fuera. All right. That's the extent of my Spanish.
That's amazing. That's all I know.
Yep. La lengua fuera. La lengua fuera. And
Dane, why do you know that? Dane, why do you know that?
Because of Pitbull. I'm not proud of that, but
shockingly honest.
Yeah, because of Pitbull. I used to love that song. You remember Toma, La Lengua Fuera? You remember that fuck? Am I the only motherfucker that remembers this song? Am I the only one that heard it? Okay, fuck it.
I mean, maybe if you sung it in actual rhythm and melody, I might know.
It was a long time.
Samantha Koval said, Vinny is unzipping his pants right now, and I'm assuming you know what that means, Pete, because I have no clue.
What?
Yep, that's my cousin Vinny.
Yep. All right.
Can't say much more about it.
There you go.
Did you ever meet Whoopi and did you shake her hand? Guy wants to know.
Like Whoopi Goldberg?
You
Whoopi
did?
Goldberg came to the Ghoulmaster show and came on stage afterwards and talked to me and the cast. And I remember her stomping on the stage and being like, "This is where it all starts. This is where it starts."
Dude, I'm just saying that fucking show.
So cool.
All right.
Was she nice or was she like an asshole?
No, she's so nice.
Okay,
she was.
okay.
I'm in love.
Okay, go.
Did she take a picture with you, or did she say?
No, she took a picture, and then she went out in the park with her family in a black hoodie, and just nobody knew it was her.
Amazing. That's amazing.
I'd rather
do that, and I gotta say,
I'd rather not.
That's the dopest. I'm gonna start saying that shit just as a catchphrase.
Don't.
And then I just went and I said, could you sign this? And he goes, I don't sign autographs.
What? He doesn't sign autographs?
No.
At all?
I mean, it's this whole.
He did in the 80s and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah. But he's like,
but
"Fuck it,
once
I'm
after the
beyond
symbol and all that.
Yeah.
He was
Wow.
cultivating a mystique.
Yeah. That's
I
crazy.
gotta say, like, so personally, as somebody who's been fortunate enough to have people who give half a shit about taking a picture with me or signing shit, like, I go out of my fucking way to do that for people personally. Like, I go way out of my way for motherfuckers because, like, I think I am asshole lucky to be in that position, and the fact that you're the reason I'm there, like, I'll do it. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I can get it at that level. Maybe shit gets
it's different.
a bit different, but like, I mean.
But
I'm not eating dinner at a restaurant.
Every time I met Michael Jackson, he completely made time for the fans. Completely made time to do everything. He understood that, and he's like the highest you can get. So the fact that he,
I mean, right now you're the highest you can get. Oh,
Prince,
so funny.
He didn't do it in a mean way. He could be a diva about things.
Yeah,
and, like, it was just like that's
that. Yeah.
And
well, if you look at them, like, so one, they've always been rivals, but they're definitely like the polar opposites, like Prince and Michael Jackson, of how they approach stardom and fame and celebrity and legend status.
Isn't it fucked up that both of them are not here anymore? Like, literally, it was like within years. Like, isn't Mirror the last? Ever since they fired up the Large Hadron Collider, the whole world's just been like. No, I know that's not, I don't believe in that being a real thing, but it's pretty wild how like such major shifts have been happening in pop culture, in politics, in science, in like just the myriad of in health, and obviously with the pandemic and shit. It's just nuts. Like, there really is kind of a moment. What was it? I saw a meme the other day, and they said, "Did you notice all this bad shit started happening after we raided Area 51?" You remember that shit?
Dude, I mean, it's just like the fact that there are so many like for real no shit goats that are dead now is mind-boggling. Yeah, in this 1 year alone, like
there are very few legends and icons left.
Yeah, like. I mean, if Steven Tyler, like, you start seeing like Stevie Wonder, Steven Tyler, you start seeing these motherfuckers drop, everything's gonna. Everything's gonna change.
I just watched a Steven Tyler interview right before we went on.
Really?
I hope he doesn't die tonight.
I won't handle that well. I love Steven Tyler.
Me too.
Screaming Demon is like one of my all times. He just is. And it's not even I mean, like, because I've heard him, like, you hear him sing in some places. I had the good fortune of seeing him like a couple years ago at that fucking festival they do in San Diego. And it's just like, dude, this guy just gets it. He's just doing it right. He's just a badass old dude who does everything.
He's getting it done.
He was just talking about when
scars, the whole fucking thing does not get. He'll throw some fucking highlights in, do American Idol, go do a solo record. Like, he just does whatever the fuck he wants, and he's so cool about everything.
Yes, he's so honest and real too. He was talking about when he judged on American Idol, his other bandmates were making him feel like he's a joke for doing that. Yeah. And he said, I had those moments where I'm laying in bed thinking, would Bob Dylan do this? Would
Right.
But
Bob Dylan, it wasn't relevant though. Like,
I know, it was
what worked at the time, And real quick, I got to point this out, Cheryl. I forgot about this. Holy shit, Pete! Remember we did this? So you did something at Boogie Nights, right? So you are so sweet, Cynthia. When I asked you to take a picture with my daughter when you were at Boogie Nights years ago, you asked so seriously, you know who I am. I actually do remember. She walked up to me and was like, "Oh my God, can I take a picture with you?" And I genuinely was like, because I was like low key. Like, I think I was wearing like a hat and an Avengers t-shirt, like dressed down. Like, I wasn't even supposed to go out or whatever. I took the picture and I'm like, I look like a hobo.
I gotta be famous.
Yeah,
famous for a minute.
You know who I am? How do you recognize me right now? It was awesome. So thank you, Cheryl. That was very, very sweet of you. But yeah, man, Steven Tyler is what most musicians should aspire to be. He does what he wants. He can play. He can sing.
Yeah.
He does his solo thing. He plays with a band. He has no problem jumping on TV, being in a fucking film here and there. He's been in video games and shit. He's all over the place, but he's always still the entire time from jump just remained Steven Tyler.
And somehow lived through like a major heroin addiction and is cool in old age. How the fuck does that work?
That's what I'm saying. He just did it all right. He lived life like a fucking champion and continued to do so with
Hold on. I do want to add a caveat. We're not endorsing like heavy drug use as a way to live your life. Like
you say that.
Most older rock stars now are completely sober, completely like they've learned their lesson.
They figured it out.
Man, I need more whiskey. I'm sober now.
Listen, do what you want.
A cool thing that Steven Tyler said was he goes, I like doing American Idol because people knew me as this, and he put his hair in front of his face and he went like that. And he's like, I wanted them to know this. And he pulled his hair back. And it was so like, he wanted people to know him as a person.
Yeah, that's cool.
Holy shit. Cool. Corinne Vanderveer's in here. She says hello, and she agrees with Jesse Stern for president.
No, she agrees with Jesse Stern. Pete.
Yeah, all right. You know what, Rolando?
Shout out Jesse.
All right, Rolando.
Jesse.
Listen to me, Rolando. When I start talking over people and holding my mic stand for no fucking reason, I want you to know it's your fault. But I am gonna refill my drink right now.
Babe, bring me some Centauri, please.
Yeah. So the way you guys drink is how I smoke. That's how I smoke weed every day.
I can't do it. So here's the thing. I gave weed every opportunity when I was high school, I guess, and I tried hard. I was like, hey, everybody smokes. I'm supposed to smoke. It's cool. And I realized that every time I get high and I drink, I throw up. Like I get sick no matter what. Yeah. And I was like, all right, so I'm
a 50-50 toss.
I had to pick one, and I was like, I'm not picking weed.
Say hi to Pete.
Hello.
Hi, Kirsty.
I love your
cameo from Kirsty. Hey, everybody. It's Kirsty.
Very British.
Hello, Poppette.
Maybe Glory's British, and I'm really American. Everybody.
Make it Suntory times.
You happy now?
Have you put any of your music out yet? Like any of the songs you showed me?
Who?
Me? Her?
No. Yeah, her.
You got music, Kirsty?
Yeah, if you go on, she did a cover.
Have I heard it?
We did one in quarantine, dude. We shot a video on my phone.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's called Crime. It's a cover of Julie London's "Cry Me a River." It's on.
You have to hear her voice. You have.
How did you not send that to me yet? Wow, I thought we were friends.
This was before we started doing the show.
Fuck you. You know what?
Follow Jetson.
Jetson _0.
Jetson _ I'm gonna say it like an American, so you guys can get. I know. Jetson _0 is what it is.
Check that shit out. Julia London. Cover of Cry Me a River is absolutely beautiful. Highly recommended.
Wait, is that not Justin Timberlake's "Cry Me a River"? Not the same one, right?
Completely different song.
Absolutely. Completely different song. Got it. Just make sure.
From the 1940s, it's like an old kind of
solid.
All right.
Solid.
10 out of 10. I've seen you wear that robe before, Santino.
Oh yeah, I absolutely wore that robe.
Yes.
It's her. It's hers. Yeah.
I love my friends.
Don't give a shit. It looks good, baby. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Real quick, Dane, have you ever been to Paisley Park?
Have you ever been to Paisley Park? What's Paisley Park? First off,
that's Prince's house.
No, I have not. I was like, wait, I know that name. Why do I know that name?
Pause. Just want everyone who's still watching and listening to know that we will be asking Pete what's next.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But I'm being a huge asshole and pushing it to as far as I possibly can, so you stick around and keep listening to all the other nonsense we talk about. That's called honesty. Paisley Park, go on.
Wait, you will be asking me what?
Paisley Park. Next? That's his house, right? That's his mansion or his manor.
What's next?
Right?
And will Ghoulmaster come back? Because obviously that question's been asked about 1,000 times.
Okay. Paisley Park is Prince's compound in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
And it's open now to the public for tours since he passed away.
Yeah.
Is he from Minneapolis?
What?
Is he from Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lake Winnetonka, motherfucker. Yeah.
And he made the decision to build his whole world and his whole art compound in Minneapolis. And people asked him, like, why would you choose this area? And he said, the cold weather keeps the bad people out or something. But it was just like, if you wanted to work with Prince, you had to fly into Minneapolis and go to his place, his recording studio, his world. And
fine,
Yeah, but then he had to
where
live
do I
in,
sign?
he had to live in a frozen tundra.
Wait a minute. Whoa, a minute. It's not that bad. They get 4 seasons.
It's not that.
They get 2 seasons.
Yo,
It's cold and it's hot.
Guy from Chicago. Why you live in LA again?
Yeah, I mean, don't do as I do. Do as I say. Is all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
So I stood outside Paisley Park, but I haven't been there since they opened it for tours.
I would love to go there and see that. I feel like I would get really fucking sad. Kind of.
Me too. And he died in an elevator in Paisley Park.
Oh, really?
Oh, bitch.
And when you go in there now for the tour, they put a big thing in front of the elevator as if it's not even there.
Yeah, real quick. Not for nothing, but if I gotta go out in life, I wouldn't mind it being in my own home that has an elevator.
Fuck you know. I better go out inside a vagina. You're tripping. Fucking elevator. I would if I get to pick.
I'm not saying I want to die in an elevator.
To pick, I want to be real fucked up and also inside.
Drunk Dane. I'm saying I want a house that has an elevator.
He said,
I gotta go out.
Drunk Dane. Fuck you.
Dane the drunk. Rose has a question for you. Is there a point?
Go to the comments.
Pete, is there a point in your career as any character / persona that you would have changed looking back at things now? Damn it, Dane.
Is there a point in your career?
Yeah. Is there anything you would have changed looking back now? Other than everything you've ever done, because it's all terrible and we hate it.
Can't stand it.
I always say like no regrets. Maybe there's like a
no
little
regrets,
thing, but yeah, no yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, baby.
But no, there is nothing that comes to mind like, oh, I would have done that.
What about using me as your singing voice?
Yeah, that was iffy.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Like this motherfucker went and started rapping his shit. That don't fit the Ghoulmaster persona. What's wrong with you? Who the fuck he think he is?
I mean, you sing also.
I do sing also.
Yes.
Like a goddamn angel.
By the way, and you want to know where he sings? On our new song, The Bottom Line is the Bottom Line out now. You should watch
that's more rap. You
should also stream it on Spotify and on Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. Thank you.
Yes, that's true. Thank you. You're welcome. Fuck, dude. Yeah, all right, Pete, I gotta ask you something else.
What's next?
No, not yet. I'm being an asshole. Remember?
I'm kidding.
Everybody off dragging this out. Pete, I gotta ask you something else. Are you coming back to LA?
Ooh, good question.
Because I miss you, man.
I mean,
if LA comes back to life, because from what I hear now, all my friends that are out there are like, I don't know. It's like they went out there to be involved in the
hubbub and
live shows, in like social things, and now it's like,
the cost of living is no longer justified when LA shuts down.
Oh, you're so fucking right.
I will 1,000% agree with that. Minus the fact that
Which is why I am in my parents' house paying no rent.
That's smart, man. That's smart. I couldn't do it though. I couldn't move back home. I love my folks, but I'm pretty sure somebody would end up dead in the first month. Like, we get along. Like my parents are my best friends and shit, but like first off, I'm married too, so that's just obviously not going to work. But
there's that.
It's not just me anymore. But like, I couldn't. And add to that, like I've said this a bunch of times because people keep trying to get me to come back to Jersey. Dude, you could give me a free house in Tom's River, I wouldn't move back.
I wouldn't move back home because my mother hates me.
We know that ain't true.
That's plain and simple. She would fucking lose it.
You love your mama.
Out. I do. I love it. I literally have her tattooed on my chest. I'm not playing around. I love my mom. Hey, by the way, somebody said, will you sign their tattoo? And it's April.
Oh, April wants to know, will you sign her? Wait, who? Dane, sign her tattoo.
I'll sign your tattoo. I don't know what you're talking about, but
real quick, bro. I'm just saying right now, I will give you $100 if you let Dane sign a tattoo of Ghoulmaster.
Wait a minute.
It's just Dane the Great under a picture of Ghoulmaster with like my star that I used to throw my shit underneath it for no reason at all.
Don't do that. That is a terrible
And he's
idea.
disguised as Ghoulmaster. Well,
prosthetic tongue on him.
Yo, I just had a
Can you
sick
put Danny
idea.
in whiteface? Can we do that? Let's just go straight.
What?
Full.
First of all, I didn't sign up for that. You need to
Yeah,
ask
no,
me.
not that kind of whiteface. Like the full actual whiteface.
Okay, all right, yeah. I was just gonna say if you came out here and we did a video,
Not Dave Chappelle, crackhead, news anchor style.
I would let you do my makeup, sir, and we could make that video happen.
Do the whole fucking thing.
Dane, let me ask your drunken opinion on this.
Nice.
So for 20 years of my life,
Okay.
I impersonated a black man,
Yes.
and I would paint my skin lighter than my own skin tone, and be fully accepted into the black community everywhere I went, like to the point of being a family member, like to the point of Mike, come on, we got you, and just that was my life for 20 years, and I feel like it gave me such a unique perspective that so many people don't have about.
Yeah, I can see that.
And never a negative moment in my life of them judging this or of them. It was not them, not that. I mean, say them. But it's like,
what
do you mean? You people.
But I'm just saying, like, yeah, that has always been fascinating. That
I'll say this. It's going a little bit lighter or whatever. That's one thing. You're not like if you were trying to impersonate Jordan and you put full dark blackface on,
right?
You went Justin Trudeau on it.
You know, yeah, that's an issue. I'm gonna take a problem with that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I mean, I feel like this. If you were ever like leaving a gig and you still had the makeup on, and you ever got pulled over by the cops, and they were like, "Nah, you're getting out of the fucking car," and
it happened. It's
welcome, motherfucker. Come to the barbecue. Don't bring potato salad. We have enough. How about
And
that?
if you do, don't put fucking raisins in it because that
Don't
is
put
against
raisins
the law.
or walnuts or
Who the
fucking
fuck-
nuts in them.
Who the
White
fuck put
people,
walnuts in
white
raisins?
people,
Dude,
white.
I
People.
don't.
Cranberries and
That-
shit for
That's
no
against,
reason,
that's
bro.
against the law. That's against the law. Who does that?
Look, I put a little nutmeg in it, bitch. Why? For what? For what? Who told you that was okay?
Yo, if you put walnuts and raisins in your potato salad, leave the chat right now. Leave the
Get
show
out.
right now. Get the fuck out.
Get out.
We don't want none. We don't want none of it.
Take you and your culture with you.
Yo, I've never actually thought about that before, Pete. Though, like, had Michael Jackson decided to not lighten his skin,
He'd be
you
dark.
really couldn't have done
That's
anything
the only
different.
reason That's the only reason I got away with it, or whatever you want to call it.
That never even crossed my mind that you
Because you
were.
think- Yeah, you think
Like,
about the young Mike,
face.
young Mike with the big nose and the fro. Yeah, you'd have been.
That would have been offensive. Exactly.
That would have been offensive.
That's
Yeah.
that's insane. That never dawned on me.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, like, can I ask you a question? Was that a thought in your head when you first decided to do it, or did it not dawn on you either until way later?
For years, I
It's
didn't.
like, yeah, like why would you, right?
And I swear there's this one time when I was like on tour, and I think we were in Canada or something, and I'm sitting in the tour bus, and there's like probably 30 other people, and I'm looking around. And
Hang on, real quick. On tour for what?
The Invincible Michael tour, and I'm like, I'm the only white person in this whole tour, and this whole bus right now, and I'm like,
How that feel? How that shit feel? How did that shit feel?
They made
How
me sit in
do
the
you
back.
feel? Bro, how do you feel?
All right, I can speak to this. I did hip hop in New York City for years, and I showed up to motherfucker. I'm just gonna say, I don't know, like if reverse racism's not a thing, bullshit. Now, hang on, not the way people always talk about it. Hang on, shut up,
We're
Dan.
late in the game. We're late in the game to start session.
I got this. Listen to me, listen to me, motherfucker. When I go to a show, right? I'm playing a show. I'm booked on the bill. It was a contest to play a festival for a hip hop gig, right?
Yeah.
I show up to the motherfucker. I think maybe the only white dude on the bill, right? I am also arguably the only white dude in the room, other than the guy I brought with me, who comes on stage with me, who is the whitest motherfucker I've ever played with on stage.
Right.
So I go up on stage. This place it's got a nice size crowd, 20, 30, 40, whatever. It's a small
Whole bunch of niggas. I got it. I hear.
No, listen.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Listen, I go this place, good crowd. I'm excited. I'm ready, right?
Yeah.
Dude goes up on stage, introduces Santino. 4 clears out the second I stepped on stage. Clears
Clears
out. No,
Welcome
listen
to
to me.
my world, motherfucker.
Zero
Welcome.
motherfuckers on the floor. I had to fight to get motherfuckers back on stage. 0. And
you
then
gotta do that shit. Hey, everybody, bring it back. Bring it in. I ain't doing that shit.
I went up. I started screaming, cursing, fucking. I just played the hardest shit I had in my. And it worked. It worked. And this motherfucker came back. Dude, the biggest dude in the fucking room who was in VIP the whole time, walk up to me. I mean, I'm almost 6'2", right, dude? 3 inches on me. Walks up, looking down at me, which is not. I'm not super used to that. Huge motherfucker holding a glass of, I shit you not, next to a bottle of fucking Hennessy. The whole thing, straight up. The motherfucker, right? Walks up, he's like, yo, what you just did up there? And he knows he's fucking with me. Stares at me, pauses, and I'm like, shit. He goes, respect. And then just walks away. And I was like, I'm officially a rapper, guys. Thank you. I feel great about my life. I can do this again because I wanted to die for the last fucking hours of existence.
That's
it.
That's showbiz, baby.
That's show, dude. I've been playing shows my whole life. I've never had a crowd walk out. The whole fucking venue clear out just because I stepped on stage. Never once.
Wait. Guys said, remember when I played Ghoulmaster for one of the finales? I did not remember that, guy, but now that you bring it up, hey, do you remember that?
Pete, do you remember?
Pete, do you remember?
Yes, I do.
There we go. Guy, you're the shit.
Yeah, there was a number with like a projection screen, and I danced like with the video projections. And then one night I sent
always out
to try to follow along with the choreography.
This shit was fun, man. Okay. This shit was a lot of fun. That was I remember the first time you told me you were gonna do that, and you tried to show me. You showed me like an example of it. And I was like, how the fuck is that gonna work? And then I came and saw a show, and I was like, oh, that's how it's gonna work. That shit was cool.
And I saw Beyonce do it at an award show. And
that's what it was. That's what you sent me.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay.
Who are you, Pete? What is your deal, bro? Why do you fucking know legends?
Sorry. I mean,
I'm jealous.
All right, Pete, it's time.
It's time. What's
Pete,
next?
It's time. I gotta ask 2 questions. A lot of the people in the comment section have been asking.
In here, outie.
So I'm just gonna in here. Do you prefer raisins or walnuts in your potato salad? No,
sweet potato pie, or pumpkin pie. Run it.
Ooh, pumpkin pie.
Fuck you. What?
Unless there's marshmallows on the bitch, then I'm all right.
Hey, I was going to ask you before, while we were talking beforehand, did you guys watch Kanye on Joe Rogan?
I didn't. Oh my God, it was mind-numbing. It was mind-numbing.
No, but in a good way or bad way?
In a bad way. Oh, okay, look. All right. He placates. I don't want to get we're late in the game. I can't look. I'm gonna succinct this as much as I can. He has a way of he hodgepodges all of these different topics, subject matter, ideologies into this thing where he spews it but never gets to an actual valid
trumps it up. He trumps it up.
And
I agree. And I used to
this is just ridiculous. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay, there was a long time when I couldn't stand Kanye. Him saying I'm a genius, him saying comparing himself to Walt Disney and Michael Jackson, blah blah. I couldn't stand that. Just please watch, everybody that's listening to watch the Joe Rogan interview with Kanye. Yeah. Joe Rogan lets him just spit off and ramble. Every world topic there is. Yeah. And honestly, no one is going to take him seriously for like another 10 years.
No, bro. No.
Charlotte did the same thing.
He has better ideas than like any career politician in the world.
He's on the precipice, on the cusp of good ideas. Yes, but he's also super out of his fucking mind.
Well, you saw the interview he did years ago on the breakfast show, right?
Wait, what?
Do you see him when he did with Charlemagne and
on
shit?
The Breakfast Club? Yeah, I saw him on the Breakfast Club. Right? Houseway.
I'm saying, like when he did that, he was saying, like, he started talking about how hard it was to break into like fashion and all these things and stuff, and you're like, all right, like, okay, I can kind of see where you're coming from, and then he'd go off and say something crazy, and you're like, so in between the mania or whatever that is Kanye, there There are
These little-
valid points.
Little.
So with the Joe Rogan interview, the amazing thing about
He's
the Joe Rogan interview is he'll let him ramble, and then Joe Rogan stops him when he
But
like
you
says
can't,
something.
yeah, he'd be like, you don't
And
mean
he
that,
makes
do
him
you?
explain it.
Yeah.
And Kanye's explanations are to me fascinating, and he was very inspiring to me.
He's like, well, wait, but what would be your plan? He's like, you don't mean that, do you? Like Joe Rogan would let this, he would talk for 20 minutes straight.
He knew
Would not-
exactly what he was doing.
Joe Rogan wouldn't say a word. He just let him just air it out. And then he'd be like, wait, you know, that's not what that means, right? And he knew what he was doing. And I'm like, God damn it, you're embarrassing. Anyway, whatever. Questions, go. Sorry.
All right, so real quick for the audience, anybody watching, this is going to be your last opportunity to ask a question for Pete Carter. So if you have one, drop it in the comments. But while you do that, Pete, I'm going to ask you the thing everyone's been asking you to answer, right?
I know a pitchfork.
What's that?
Brandos.
I just read it. Kanye makes me want to throw myself
good.
onto a pitchfork.
That's good.
That's
That's
amazing.
good.
That's how I use.
All right. Before I fuck off, everyone shut up.
Go.
Here's the
Sorry.
thing. All right. So, Pete, 2-part question. What the fuck are you drinking? What the fuck was that?
It's sponsored by Wawa.
Oh my god.
Oh, tea.
Yo, Wawa
Is it-
iced tea
Is it
legend.
peach tea? Is it peach tea?
Yep.
We can't get
Wawa peach tea.
In the bottle.
all
I
right,
fuck
all
with
right.
peach tea.
Tangent again. Dane, have you ever had Wawa
sorry.
iced tea?
Wawa. I don't drink tea.
If you ever go to Jersey, Pennsylvania, that area, Wawa iced tea is legend. Just gotta put
Wawa
that out
iced
there. All right,
Everything
here's
at
the actual question.
Okay,
Gotta ask it, Pete.
go.
2 questions. 1, will you ever, in any fashion, bring back Ghoulmaster? No, just keep doing that. Come on. It's doing it for me. Keep putting that lipstick on, girl. Will you ever bring back Ghoulmaster in any fashion? And second part of the question is
I want to do it like that.
whether or not you do, what's next for Pete Carter?
I want to eye brush like that.
You're just gonna make it easy.
Now, the tough thing about being bald is that once I put on my makeup, I stand back and I realize I look like Uncle Fester. Like, and I actually went out to dinner the one night wearing a black turtleneck and not even realizing that I was in full Uncle Fester.
/ Steve
I don't
Jobs
know.
drag.
If you're gonna look like anybody, that'd be dope.
Pete, you doing
Remember
it?
Gomez. I'd want to look like Gomez for real. Like Gomez.
Yeah, me too. I prefer Gomez.
Yeah.
Pete Carter. You ever gonna bring back Ghoulmaster? I knew he was gonna do this shit.
What did he do? What did he do? Did he leave?
Yeah.
What a dick!
I knew he was gonna bring back that shit. I knew he was gonna do that. I knew he wouldn't. That's why I saved it. That's why I
What
pushed
a
it. I was
dick.
like, you won't answer this shit.
What a dick!
You won't answer this shit. I'm gonna answer it for you. Maybe.
All right. Anyway, that
But
was
if he
dramatic.
does, I'm doing some
That's
fucking
dramatic.
music for that shit. That's for damn sure.
I gotta give it to him on that's solid how you do that.
That is how you do
that
it.
was some
You just
Prince
bail.
level shit.
You just fucking bail.
I'd rather not.
Fortunately for me, I've known Pete long enough to know he pulled some shit the second I tried to ask him that goddamn question. Son of a bitch. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Did what
thank
we
you
could.
so much for tuning in to the Failure Made Monsters live video podcast. We air every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because motherfuckers, that's how time zones work. But more importantly than all of that, I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you for watching every week. I want to thank you for coming in tonight too. If you're new to the show, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Failure Made Monsters, on YouTube, the Mainstream Misfits channel, and subscribe, hit the notifications, tune
Also,
in.
check out the
And-
new song.
We have a new song called "The Bottom Line Is the Bottom Line." I think it might be a good idea to just maybe play us out with that.
You want to play us out with
I
that?
feel like
I
playing
like
another
that.
little fucking snippet of the song. I just do.
I'm with it. I'll fuck with
I'm
it.
just gonna do it, and you're gonna watch it if you're still
Throw
here.
it in.
Check
Throw
out
it
the
in. Move
music.
it around a little bit. See how it works.
This is what we do, guys. Right? This is what we do. We make fucking music when we're not doing this show and annoying the shit out of everybody. We like to do it. We love to do it. We can't stop doing it. It's just kind of our thing. Also, before I put this on, vote. If
Vote.
you're voting for
Fucking
Biden,
vote.
vote by November 3rd. If you're voting for Trump, make sure you
Don't
get it
vote.
by November 4th.
Sorry.
Party, not the district, the board, not the business. The bottom line is the bottom line. They represent the lobby, not the people. For 4 years in a sequel, the bottom line is the bottom line.
Yeah.
They represent the full,
That's
not
my
the
favorite part right
hungry.
there.
The NASDAQ, not the country. country.
The whole song is my favorite part.
Oh, good. So check that.
Oh, we're good. We're so fucking cool.
Go to YouTube right fucking now. Watch The Bottom Line is the Bottom Line by Santino the Misfit and Dane Alexander, also known as Failure Made Monsters, which is the name of this wonderful show, available on podcast networks everywhere. And you can watch repeats of every episode we've ever done on YouTube. FailureMadeMonsters.com. Check it out. Big shout to our guest Pete Carter for coming on, aka
So fucking cool.
I am sorry he didn't answer that question, but I'm not sorry enough to ask him again. So
Right.
thank you guys for tuning in. We love you, Pete. We love you. And tune in next week when we hopefully have some inclination as to who the fuck is president of the United States.
Yes.
So, small things. And then I believe on the 13th, we have Ms. Vampirphilia herself, Ashley.
Yes, we
Papaduso. So yeah, we got some great guests coming up. We got some great things coming up. We are Failure Made Monsters.
Hey, you guys go get fucked up tonight. And then
And happy Halloween, guys.
tomorrow night. Because it's
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I think it's almost Halloween there. So yeah, on the East
Yeah.
Coast. Happy Halloween, guys. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Failure Made Monsters, FailureMadeMonsters.com to watch past episodes and find us on podcast networks everywhere.